Nigeria thought it knew how Alexx Ekubo died. Kidney cancer, Evercare Hospital, life support, May 11th, 2026. That was the official story. That was what the family statement said. That was what the blogs reported. That was what the tributes were built on. But today, 1 week after this country buried its grief in hashtags and RIP posts, the dark truth is finally coming out, and it is more painful, more complicated, and more damning than any medical report can capture. Because kidney cancer may have been what stopped his heart, but something else, something that happened years before any doctor gave him a diagnosis, is what broke him first. And a man who loved Alexx Ekubo has stood up and named it by name in public with zero apology. Today on Gismama NG, we are telling you the full dark truth about Alexx Ekubo'S death, the 2011 tweet that predicted everything, the blogs that allegedly broke him, the gay allegations that drove his brother out of school, the NDA he signed to keep his illness secret, and the question that Nigeria must answer honestly before we post another RIP. Did we kill Alexx Ekubo? Stay till the end. Subscribe to Gismama NG. Let us start 15 years ago, because this story did not start in 2024 when the cancer diagnosis came. It did not start in 2021 when his engagement collapsed. It started in October 2011 when a 25-year-old Alexx Ekubo sat down and typed something that the Nigerian internet is now reading with tears and guilt and silence. In October 2011, 15 years before his death, Alexx Ekubo posted on X, "I hope to see a day when cancer would just be a zodiac sign." The message has gone completely viral following his death. Many are now wondering if he had been watching cancer destroy people he loved long before it ever came for him personally. 7 words written 15 years before the same disease took his life at 40 years old. When he wrote those words, he was not a patient, he was not diagnosed. He was a young man at 25 who had clearly seen enough of what cancer does to human beings to wish publicly that it would simply stop existing. But what Nigeria is now finding out is that this tweet was not just a random thought. Alexx Ekubo did not just write about cancer and move on. He built his life around fighting it. He participated in cancer awareness walks. He used his platform and his following to raise money and consciousness around the disease. He posted about the Medicaid Cancer Foundation walk in Abuja. He encouraged Nigerians to get tested. He showed up for people who were fighting the disease. He was a cancer warrior long before cancer came to his own door. And then cancer came to his own door, and he did something that broke Gismama's heart when we found out. According to blogger Cutie Jules, Alexx Ekubo signed a non-disclosure agreement with the hospital where he was receiving treatment. His wife and his mother were the only 2 people who knew about his cancer diagnosis. Other family members were kept in the dark. He had been hospitalized since April 2026, battling kidney cancer. He signed a legal document, a non-disclosure agreement with his own hospital, to ensure that his illness could never become a trending topic, to ensure that the Nigerian internet, the same internet that had already weaponized his most painful personal moment, could never turn his dying into content. That decision tells you everything about the state of Alexx Ekubo's mind in his final year. He was not just fighting cancer. He was fighting it while also protecting himself from a different kind of attack. The kind that comes not from a disease in your body, but from strangers on a screen who have decided your pain is entertainment. And that brings Gismama to the moment that stopped Nigeria this week. The post that had every celebrity, every fan, and every content creator sitting in uncomfortable silence. The post from Ajebo comedian that named names, not with specifics, but with a truth so pointed that everyone who needed to feel it felt it immediately. Ajebo comedian wrote on his Instagram story, Y'all stupid blogs killed Alexx. Y'all in the comment section killed him. You bullied a man in pain. He had a cancelled engagement and all you could come up with was lies that he was gay. He broke down. He cried. He withdrew. He was depressed. It affected his family. His brother was bullied in school. Y'all killed him. Alexx was full of life, energy. He was a good guy. You guys play with people's lives and emotions in the name of cruise. Happy now? Happy now? Gizmama wants you to sit with those two words for a moment before we continue. Happy now. Ajebo is not asking a question. He is making an accusation. He is pointing at the blogs that ran the gay rumors. He is pointing at the comment sections that laughed at the cancelled engagement. He is pointing at the people who thought they were having cruise and telling them directly, this is what your cruise cost. This man's peace, this man's mental health, this man's brother's dignity in school, and ultimately, this man's life. Because here is what Ajebo revealed that nobody outside Alexx's inner circle knew. The online attacks did not just affect Alexx. The comedian alleged that the bullying extended beyond Alexx Ekubo alone, reaching his family. His brother was bullied in school because of what people were writing online about Alexx. His brother, a young man who had nothing to do with Nollywood, nothing to do with Fancy Acholonu, nothing to do with any engagement or any allegation, was being bullied in school because of what strangers on the internet were saying about their sibling. That is the reach of online cruelty. It does not stop at the person it targets. It travels through their family. It sits in classrooms. It follows people into spaces that should be safe. And Alexx Ekubo, who knew this was happening, carried that knowledge on top of his own pain. He was not just fighting his own heartbreak. He was watching his family absorb the collateral damage of other people's entertainment. Peter Okoye of P and Square responded to Ajebo's post with 4 words, "No lies detected." He added, "They think all celebrities have thick skin, forgetting some are soft souls behind the spotlight. It is well. Continue resting in peace, Alexx." Then AY Makun, the man who was physically present at Alexx Ekubo'S final moment, said something that Gizmama believes is the most important thing anyone has said about this entire situation. AY wrote, "Science may not say trolling causes cancer, but we know that constant stress, humiliation, depression, and emotional pressure can worsen a person's health, break their spirit, and make their private battles even harder to fight. Before you blog that unconfirmed story, before you type that insult, before you mock that weight loss, before you laugh at that failed relationship, before you turn someone's pain into content, please remember that your comment may be meeting them at the weakest point of their life. Your comment may be meeting them at the weakest point of their life." AY Makun stood over Alexx Ekubo'S lifeless body. He saw his face. He said, even in death, he looked peaceful. He looked like someone who had carried pain quietly for too long and finally found rest. Carried pain quietly for too long. That phrase is the thread that connects every part of this story. The 2011 tweet about cancer, quietly carrying the weight of watching this disease destroy people. The cancelled engagement, quietly carrying the humiliation of a public heartbreak turned into a national joke. The gay allegations, quietly carrying accusations about his identity that were untrue and deeply painful. The brother being bullied in school, quietly carrying the guilt of knowing his name was hurting his family. The cancer diagnosis, quietly carrying a terminal illness behind an NDA because he trusted no one outside his wife and mother with that information. Now Gizmama wants to say something directly to the people who need to hear it. And Gizmama is aware that this channel right now is part of the same content ecosystem that Ajebo was talking about. We know that. We are not pretending otherwise. Entertainment commentary channels, including Gizmama NG, are part of the world that celebrities navigate every single day. And what Alexx Ekubo'S story is teaching us is that the way we talk about real people with real feelings and real families has real consequences. The Fancy Acholonu situation was treated as pure entertainment by the Nigerian internet. the gay allegations were spread and repeated without evidence across hundreds of blogs and comment sections. The speculation about his health and his disappearance was turned into trending content. And while all of that was happening, a real man was breaking down. A real man was crying. A real man was withdrawing from everything and everyone. A real man's brother was being bullied in school. Science may not say that trolling causes cancer, but science absolutely confirms that chronic stress, depression, emotional trauma, and psychological pain weaken the immune system. They make the body more vulnerable. They make existing conditions harder to fight. They make people less likely to seek help early. They make people sign NDAs instead of asking their industry to pray for them. Did the blogs and trolls kill Alexx Ekubo? No. But did they make his cancer harder to survive? Ajebo says yes. A.Y. Makun says yes. Peter Okoye says yes. And the fact that Alexx Ekubo, who worked publicly for cancer awareness, who used his platform to fight this disease, who cared enough about cancer patients to show up for them repeatedly, chose to fight his own cancer completely alone and in secret, rather than reach out to the same public he had served for 20 years, that tells you exactly how deeply the Nigerian internet had broken his trust. Before we close, Gist Mama wants to hear from you on 3 things. Number 1, Ajebo comedian said the blogs and trolls killed Alexx Ekubo. A.Y. Makun said your comment may be meeting someone at the weakest point of their life. Peter Okoye said no lies detected. Do you agree that online bullying and gay allegations contributed to Alexx Ekubo's mental deterioration and that this deterioration made his cancer harder to survive? Number 2, Alexx Ekubo signed a non-disclosure agreement with his hospital to keep his cancer diagnosis secret. He trusted only his wife and his mother with the truth. A man who spent years fighting publicly for cancer awareness chose to fight his own cancer in complete silence and in secret. What does that tell you about the Nigerian entertainment industry and how it treats its own people when they are vulnerable? Number 3, in 2011, Alexx Ekubo wrote, "I hope to see a day when cancer would become just a zodiac sign." 15 years later, cancer took him. He never saw that day, but his tweet is now one of the most shared posts in Nigerian internet history. If he could read the reactions to that tweet today, what do you think he would say to Nigeria? Drop everything in the comments. Every prayer, every honest reflection, every uncomfortable truth. Gist Mama is reading every single word. In 2011, he prayed cancer would become just a zodiac sign. In 2021, the Nigerian internet made his heartbreak into a trending topic. In 2022, his brother was being bullied in school because of lies people were typing in comment sections. In 2024, he received a cancer diagnosis and signed a legal document to keep it secret from the same country he had spent 20 years entertaining. In April 2026, he was hospitalized. In May 2026, only his wife and his mother knew he was dying. And on May 11th, 2026, he left. Peacefully, quietly, the way he had lived for the last 5 years of his life. Happy now? That is the question Ajebo asked. And it is the question that every blog, every troll, every comment section regular who touched Alexx Ekubo's name with cruelty needs to sit with today. Alexx Ekubo deserved better from this country. His wife deserves better. His child deserves better. And the next celebrity who is quietly breaking under the weight of things Nigeria is turning into content, they deserve better too. Subscribe to Gist Mama NG. Share this video not for views, but because this conversation needs to reach every corner of Nigeria. Hit the notification bell for every update on this story. And the next time you're about to type something cruel about a real person, remember Alexx Ekubo. Remember his brother in school. Remember the NDA. Remember A.Y. Makun standing over a peaceful body that had carried pain quietly for too long. Rest well, Alexx. The dark truth is finally out, and Nigeria will never be the same for knowing it.